Set this shit.
Standing on one, you can teleport to the other. That's what
Okay.
one.
Now I can actually pause and think about what I'm actually seeing. Before, we had to watch it and then just like take everything in all at once. But now we can really slow it down and see everything. So it looks like
Aspect of the killer that
with these, let's see, everything can change. They've said though, but we will, see it as it is right now. This could be a longer animation. It could be a shorter animation. It all depends. I really hope the devs don't go too crazy with whatever. So that looks like okay time to me, like to make one side of the tunnel. What it looks like as well, as I said, I've looked at this earlier, looked at it last night, I looked at it with you guys while we watched it live. What it looks like is you put one down, it won't do anything. You put another down, and then whenever you stand on one of them, it links to all of them. Kind of like Mint Rag Hag, which you'll see later. So I think, yeah, there, look. Right, so I don't know why that's showing white, though. You'd think it'd only show white if you can teleport to it now. Oh, no. It shows an arrow now, doesn't it? Wait.
It gives like a good map control.
Yeah. There, you see the arrow? Look. So split second, but you see it. Oh, maybe that's a bit slow. Whatever. You'll see the arrow. Yeah, it's an arrow like Freddy, look. Watch. Now he stood on it. There. You see? So when you stood on it, you can teleport to any of them. So you can plant them anywhere. I don't know how many you can plant, it hasn't said, right? Maybe infinite. I don't know. Maybe there's a set number. Maybe 5, 10. But once you stood on one, you can teleport to any of them. But the first one you plant doesn't do anything, right? We know that for a fact, right? Mindbox, thank you for the 10 bits. Do we know how many portals you can... No, we don't know how many. Unless, do we know? No, we don't know. Oh, yeah, we don't know. Skeletor with the 3 month as well. A, B, Z, D. Who did the face? Okay. Oops, what did I just do? Oh.
Killer players always.
Okay, so we know this.
Yeah, the two questions
once again. Yeah, look, you see? You see how it showed that and then that? You can teleport to any from any one tunnel. So we know how that works. Hopefully this is a good volume.
Actually,
and that's in the upside down, right? And it has a bit of a travel distance. We're not sure how quick. Let's see.
Isn't that easy?
It looks quickish out of there. I don't know how the animation looks to the survivors though. You know, with Freddy, where it shows him whatever he's doing there. Maybe there's an animation over there. What takes longer than what actually you see. Just like with Freddy. Hopefully not, because it's going to be like a Freddy thing.
Exactly,
where it's way too long. I'm not sure. Maybe it's dependent on distance as well. Could be, right? Volume could be higher. It will open up and show an orange glow. Oh, crap, really? That's not good, is it? I'm thinking for the higher level play. Like, for low level players, whatever. But when you go to the higher level play with that kind of shit, it's just... Shit. Okay. They might be useless then. Not really useless, but only used for Pop Goes the Weasel, just like Freddy.
Yes, exactly. Because actually, that wasn't that easy to...
So it shows a red thing. There's a big telltale when you teleport into them, apparently. Is that just what you're thinking? Yeah, if it is like Freddy, it's not going to be used to jump scare like the Hag. Which feels bad, man. Why would you ever disable them? You might as well just leave them. Right? Can we get a source for the red thing? I do see it's a bit redder when it's coming out, I'm not going to lie, but that could just be... Look. You see how it's glowing now? But that could just be how it is anyway. No, it isn't, is it? Because look. It's not glowing here, look. Yeah, look, there's no glow.
The two questions
no glow.
How do I get map
and then watch his hands.
Get better in a chase.
Yes, exactly. Because actually, that wasn't that...
Hands are glowing. So... You might be right. That sucks. If that's true, that sucks. That looks like blood. No, that's definitely glow. Well, I'm pretty sure that's glow. Glow when he comes out. When he comes out. If it starts glowing when he's teleporting to it, that's going to be a Freddy thing where you just use it mainly for Pop Goes the Weasel. You can play a bit of mind games. No. Well, maybe. No, not as much. Freddy can play them more than him because Freddy can instantly teleport. he's going to have a whole animation of going under. I guess we'll see with that. But that kind of sucks if that's true. That's going to make the ability way worse than I thought. I thought it was going to be like a hag where, you know,
Get better in a
when it
chase.
comes out,
Yes, exactly. Because
it's...
actually, that wasn't that.
Swing. It's like, you know, about half a second-ish. That's what I thought. But maybe it's just going to show the red. We'll see, I guess, right? That's kind of speculation. Okay. That could be worse than I thought, potentially.
Easy to to use in the chase the way we made it, because whenever you
As
use
I'm
the
chewing it
portal,
again.
you have to
No,
charge.
there's a delay,
Then-
and then
yes,
you
exactly.
lose visibility for a little moment.
Yeah, exactly.
red.
It's not as efficient as the ag, for example.
No, it's for catching up
Not as efficient as the hag. I think they're pretty much confirming it on there.
to people, like because the thing is, when you're standing on one, you also see the outline of the others.
Yes, you have to choose where you want to teleport. The portal you want to teleport to.
From each one.
But there's also one aspect that we really like about the Demogorgon is being a beast.
Yep.
So we thought, how can we
This is the lunge
create
thing,
a
what they're going to
mechanic
talk about
around
now, I
this-
think.
this, aspect, and well, it's more like in the second series where like this demo dog, where they are way more.
It's not for grabbing or hitting, it's for catching up. But there's big telltale that he's doing it. I guess we'll see.
Feral.
It's definitely going to be different to the hag, though. Like, I thought it'd be similar-ish, but it's definitely not. It's closer to Freddy, but slower than Freddy. Because you see the animation from the other side as well. With Freddy, he just disappears. And then he's at a gen. Any gen he wants. This is specific spots where he's placed. But we'll see, I guess.
than
Yep.
the big version.
It still will be kind of tricky when you see him. He goes under. You see something there, but really he's going over there. I wonder if all of them glow red. That'll be an add-on, right? Maybe. Very similar to Freddy's.
But
I don't know.
like, why not like exploring like maybe like a short distance attack, something that will like help you. keep
Short
the
distance
in
attack.
chase and could somewhat help you, but not be too overpowered and develop the character. Just
That's the
around
lunge
this
thing he's
aspect.
talking about
So
now.
we ended up with having like this bounce where the creature.
Turf
like,
Ferguson, thank you for the 4
opens
bits.
The tulip map.
Okay, so this thing, which I've kind of noticed, they've slowed him down. When he's going into the lunge thing, it looks like it's about Huntress speed when she's holding a hatchet. What's Huntress speed when she's holding a hatchet, guys? Does anyone know? It's like 95 or something, right? Close to 90. About 80? Holy shit. Okay, maybe it's not that slow. We'll see. Look.
Whatever, like the head, and
So that was showing her view there. Oh, actually, will we see the red glow
opens
change?
the tulip map.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. So he's put his ability now because it shows both sides here, I remember. I'm pretty sure it's the same scene. So this is how close he is here. And then he goes into his abilities. Let's see where that red glow goes. So the red glow's here. It's completely gone now. But then bang with the lunge. Okay. So it's definitely slower. I know that it slows down. You can see here when it shows his
And,
perspective. Yeah, see, like, I think this
really
is...
scares
Is this the same
people,
one?
and
No,
at the
wait,
same
it's the
time
next
gives
one.
them
Really
hints.
just really cool.
Yeah, but it really scares people, but at the same time
It's
gives them
really
the hints.
just really
Can't tell there because she's pathing quite badly and he's pathing better.
And, it really scares.
Can you see how she's not touching the sides, look? She's like doing like a full... And he's actually touching the sides more,
But
look.
at the same time
It's
gives them
You see?
the
You see that? It's very subtle, but
And-
that's the
and,
difference in bad and good. Like she's going like all the way around and he's like touching onto the side, so you can't
really
tell here.
scares people, but at the same time
It's
gives them
really
the hints.
just really cool.
Yeah, but
This
it
one you
gives
can
them
tell
the
more.
hint that
The
he's
stairs.
gonna be in your face in the like.
There we go. This is the one. What I was saying with the survivor. I think this is the other angle of it, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
Move away, and if you
There, right? Okay, let's see.
your face in a matter of seconds.
Okay, so I can't tell what speed he is either. Does it look like he's 115? No, Gray. I literally explained why it looked like he was going the same speed. 115. Okay, this will show you way more obviously that he's not going the same speed. 115 confirmed. Okay,
If you
so
don't
it's 115 here, but watch.
And if you press now the attack
You see how she's gaining a bit more distance? It's not as bad as Huntress, actually. It might go to 110.
Press now the attack button, then you
Yeah, I think that's 110.
move away.
I'm pretty sure that's 110.
If you press now the attack button, then you
She's definitely gaining.
move away.
She's gaining distance, though.
If you press now the attack button,
Yeah, she's gaining distance. Like, if he just kept walking, he would have hit her about here. So...
if you press now the attack button.
And it looks like she's faster now. I don't know. Maybe it's actually like 95, yeah. Shit. Could be. It's hard to tell. It looks maybe like 95 though.
If you press now the attack button, then you
She's definitely gaining distance, isn't she?
And if you press now the attack button, then
That could be 95. She got faster. No, she didn't get faster. He got slower. You don't see the point of this lunge, just hit them with mouse 1. Dependent on slowdown, yes. If the slowdown's too much, there's 0 point of it. You need to work out the distance. Because look, here, he would have hit her about here, right? Maybe here he would have hit her. So he's actually hitting her later right now in this clip than he would have hit her anyway.
Press now the attack button, then you'll be...
so I guess we'll see with that. That's something to look into.
And you can't maneuver while you're doing it.
No, exactly. It's
oh, here's another one. Yeah, look, look the distance is getting. But the lunge is quite far.
You somewhat can maneuver at the end.
I don't know.
Just to give a good feel of...
See, that's a good lunge. That's about, I'd say, double. I'd say that's about double normal range.
No, exactly. It's straight.
But he's definitely going slower.
End, like, just to give a...
Like, look at the distance he's gained on him.
While you're doing it.
No,
He's right there, right?
exactly.
Look where he is. He's like there. And look at the distance when he starts getting the charge.
You somewhat can maneuver at the end, like just to give a...
Now he's there. So he's definitely going faster. It's 95, I think. It's 95. 95, yeah. Assuming add-ons will give more benefits to using the lunge. Maybe. His movement sucked too. Yeah, the movement isn't optimal.
No,
we
exactly.
know that.
It's straight. You somewhat can maneuver at the end.
Yeah. He just whoop instead of hugging the side. Yeah.
To give a good feel of the attack. He has also a slightly wider range.
This is cool, by the way. Completely off topic of like analyzing and stuff. This little ledge thing they've got here. It looks really cool. I don't know why. It just kind of looks cool.
Better chance to hit the survivor. But on their side, like they really have to time. Survivor can.
Okay, so far we've worked out maybe. It's all kind of speculation, but it's speculation based off what we're viewing. The portals are gonna have a red glow to show that they're gonna be used, and the Demogorgon's gonna come out soon, kind of like the Freddy, where there's a big telltale on the generator. So potentially people can just run away before you can get there. You can use every single portal that you've put down if you stood on one, kind of like Freddy again. We don't know if there's cooldown like Freddy. Freddy's got big cooldown. He might not have any cooldown. That could be interesting. That could change a lot. Didn't think about that. And then the lunge, it looks like he's going 90-95% of his normal speed, but he gets about double his distance on lunge, right? Would you say that? I'd say that's about where we're at.
Escape or avoid the attack, but they really have to time their movement.
They'll have to learn.
Yes, exactly.
The timing. It's like anything. It's like the nurse jumping at you.
There are a few things like we learn like.
Oh, this is weird, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's just the killer player doing this, but he misses a really easy hit here. I'm pretty sure this is just the killer player though. Like here, look, he literally misses this. Like he's there. So I don't know what goes on here, but he misses that.
Trying to drop a pallet on the head of the killer when he does that is very hard. So you better drop it before he pounds. Yeah.
You're gonna miss
this one's weird as hell as well. Dwight's just like Dwight's just like there. He didn't hold lunge. He let go early. Yeah, I don't know what he did. He did something weird.
You're gonna live.
Yeah, exactly. And if I may connect the map to the
also, when Demogorgon's about to lunge, he has a massive telltale. I think he opens his what is that called? Do you just say mouth on Stranger Things, or is it called something? He opens that. I'm pretty sure. So on Reddit posted a good screenshot of new perks. It's literally in this video.
It's great because
there's a lot of corridors.
Yeah, the pouncing is not that easy to use.
Also, the new map looks like it's free flows. Like as we speculated, it does look like it's free flows, which is going to be You'll still be able to do it in Nurse. Some people were like, what's Nurse going to do? It's going to be difficult, but you will still be able to do it in Nurse. It's just, Nurse is such a high skill.
But he has the teleport to
You really
really
going to need to
help
understand your
in
muscle memory
combine
really well.
coverage. But the thing is
It's
that
gonna be hard.
in the lab that Phil was referring to, there's like
Okay, so far we kind of
branch
understand his
where,
abilities.
like,
Does he move on to the
catwalk
perks
where
again?
Survivor can
Oh yeah, I heard about this as well. Like he's saying that the lunge can hit places where you wouldn't be able to hit otherwise.
go, and sometimes they just like tease the killer whenever he comes in this room. He's just like Survivor over there. He cannot do anything.
It's
But
only on this map.
as the
There might be
killer,
others.
You can go upstairs, and there's like this window floor that you can go on, and you can use your pounce attack to reach them in one shot. It's the first time that happened.
It's cool, but I don't know exactly what he's on about.
It's like so I was just what the hell is happening?
Sorry.
Just,
Feels
yeah.
unfair, but it's
He's describing the Dwight clip. What? No, he isn't, because the guy just fell down. He's describing something where you're, as I think, where you're here, and then there's like a hole here, but you can also go here to another place, and you can actually lunge over the hole. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. Maybe it is that. Whatever.
super
We don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's random anyway.
That's good.
A more advanced aspect.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is another thing. What he's going to talk about, the advanced aspect. I don't think it's too advanced. And we were talking about this before. I don't know if we talked about it here because this is going to be a video for YouTube, so people can see like the kind of analysis, breakdown, etc. Like everything, not just in the True Talks. He's going to get a Legion instinct thing where it shows that the blood clot or whatever it is, that blood thing, whenever he goes into his ability, if you're close to his portals, right? So that's kind of interesting.
Okay, cool.
Explain.
It's not really the
There's
most
the,
high level, I
referring
don't
to
think. I
the-
think it's going to be
because
something
whenever you,
what a lot of people are going to use quite
you
quite
hold
quickly.
the pounds?
when you hold your power button, you actually sort of connect to the upside down in this effect, where you can feel your portal, and we made it that if any survivor is within the radius of your portal,
The radius, not very specific. What radius? Like how many meters? Not sure. Is that like? Oh, and there's another thing that I weren't saying as well. When you are demolishing the portal, the killer has 0 terror radius to just you, not to everyone. To just you destroying the portal. That's what it sounds like. So you won't hear if the killer's coming up to you. He probably can grab you off it and stuff. So that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. If I just thought of like something you could do. You could have 2 portals back to back like that, couldn't you? You could use the radius. You could see if they're on one of your portals. You could go to the other portal and then maybe grab them off potentially. I bet there's a telltale with a red though, isn't there? I'm just kind of speculating stuff. High risk, high reward. The thing is it high reward or should you just leave them? That's what I'm trying to think. Like if they make the portals so redundant that they don't really do much and you can always react to them, the higher level survivors will just leave them. They won't care. So I guess we'll see.
you can sense them with the killer instinct.
Killer instinct, yeah, there you go.
It's a tiny effect that we feel will probably be used by more advanced.
I wonder if it's going to be people who are disarming or, dismantling the portal, or if it's around the portal. Like, he didn't say how many meters. Maybe there's a perk which allows it to be a longer, bigger meter around the portals. That would actually be alright. Not perk, sorry, add-on. That'd be an alright add-on. That'd be an add-on. Yeah, that'd be nice because you could put it near generators. And then there is actually a bit of a threat. It's like people ignoring Legion Plague Power. People will ignore portals. Yeah. It depends how bad they are, Zeno. Like, if there's an add-on which makes it where there's no red glow when it's going through the portals, they're going to be solid. If there's some kind of add-on which takes away a massive telltale from him going to a portal, they're going to be good. If there's always a massive telltale, I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to be too scary. But, it's all speculation at the moment. Like, that's all we've got, right?
Player, but
How does his stealth work? He only has 0 terror radius to the people who are disarming the portals, Ren. So if you're disarming the portal, you go into the upside down, and you can't hit anything in the normal world. And so he has a 0 terror radius to just you on the portal. Apparently, it'll
Can
say.
survivors do anything to your portal?
There you go.
Yes, that's I was going to that because why would survivor hang out? Yeah, like next to a dead trap. Survivor
Can you see how it's got all the blue? That's like the upside down. That's how they've kind of like shown it.
And on their side, they can interact with the portal.
This perk, thank the 10 bits. The second win will completely destroy Mice, right? We'll get onto the perks. Navy, thank you for the 25 months as well. Appreciate it, man.
The funny thing is that we.
Gracie, Seth Fox, thank you for the 5 bits.
Because they somewhat have a glimpse of what the upside
All the
down
pallets,
is
I doubt
when
it.
They get in contact.
Did say
with
it.
this portal. So they get the upside down effect on them, and during that time, they don't hear the killer terror radius.
See, so the person doing it doesn't hear the killer terror radius because they're in the upside down, but everyone else is fine. Which is kind of interesting because I don't think they've done that, have they? Have they made it where only one survivor can hear the killer radius and no one else can? Or, you know, vice versa? I don't think they've done that. So that's kind of cool. I kind of like the idea of that and interested to see if that branches further into, like, maybe perks or something. I don't think there is something. What has that? Yeah, it's a new status effect. Oh, it's the Oblivious status effect, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that. I like that. I think that's it's a really interesting new thing that I hope they progress with into other chapters.
So they have.
They are oblivious.
The ability.
Survivor Friends destroys everything, King. You don't use that as an example.
That's what I said.
There's no point.
Oblivious. Again, we didn't put the disclaimer at the beginning, but we should have. But every single number, every single
This bit with the 1
thing
bit
that we
map looks really
discuss
cool in
right
terms of
now
looks
is
at
how it
least.
is
Yeah,
at
I mean,
the
we don't know
moment
yet.
we're
Do we?
talking to you, and it's gonna change through the PTB. There's usually 1 or 2 iterations during the PTB.
If someone's destroying a portal, can you still port to it? I'm not sure. It doesn't say. No way is he traveling there. That lasted 6 seconds and travel is 3 to 4. Wait, what do you mean, Ren?
So these numbers might not all be valid by that time. They'll be
Looks like portals are red when breaking 2.
again. We didn't.
No, that's true.
That's what I said.
Oblivious. Again, we didn't put the
Or maybe they like that. Okay, this is just complete speculation, but maybe, because what we've seen with Demogorgon is in planting the traps at the start, but maybe when you plant the traps, they start normal, and then after like 5 seconds, they all start glowing red. I mean, maybe, right? So when you're first making the portal, it is just the soil, and then it has kind of like a slow, passive like animation, which takes like 5 seconds to get to red, and then they're all just red. I mean, maybe, right? Maybe they all grow red eventually. Maybe they glow only in the upside down. Well, we can test. She weren't in the upside down at the start. Wait, it started glowing.
Have a glimpse of what the upside down is.
Okay, so
whenever they
okay,
get
I just debunked myself. No, they don't all start red. Look, they're all like that. Okay.
in contact with those portals, so they get the upside down effect on them, and during that time they don't hear the killer terror radius.
What's happening there? Do you think that's him teleporting? Maybe it's like a gen and at 25% it glows red. Maybe. It starts glowing red when you start destroying it. He said that it's the upside down effect. Yeah, but she's in the upside down here. And it's not red. So no, it's not that.
Upside down effect on them, and during that time they don't hear the killer terror radius. So they have
They are oblivious.
the abilities.
Wait. Wait. I just realised, it might be wrong, but is she purposely missing skill checks to make it look like it's taking longer to disarm than it is going to disarm? Is she missing skill checks on purpose to make it look like it takes longer? Because when you miss skill checks, it takes a lot longer to do stuff.
Is whenever they get in contact with those portals.
Is that a bit of a
They
swindle?
get the upside down effect on them, and during that time they don't hear the killer terror radius. So they have
They are oblivious.
the abilities. Yeah, exactly. The abilities. That's what I said.
Oblivious. Again, we didn't put the disclaimer at the beginning, but we should have. But
Don't know. She misses 3 skill checks in a row. Don't know, right?
Every single number, every single thing
Didn't
that
notice
we
that.
discuss right now is how it is at the moment we're talking to you. And it's going to change.
Imagine if you could disarm them quicker, then he could actually travel to them.
Through the PTB.
That'd be funny.
There's usually
Oh,
one
no,
or
wouldn't
two
actually be annoying.
iterations during the PTB, so these numbers might not all be valid by that time. They'll be tweaked, and then by the time it releases live, it's going to be different from what it was on the PTB, most likely again.
PTB is probably next week, FYI, guys.
Remember that. This will already be obsolete by the time you listen to it. Perks. Shall we go with the perks?
All right,
of the
perks.
Demogorgon?
Here we go.
Yeah.
No. When you whack the chainsaw.
If you
All right, so obviously I couldn't pause, so I had to take in all the information really quickly. It was first impressions. This is more of a breakdown, analysis, etc. This is looking better than I thought. If it does synergize with Pop Goes the Weasel, this could be a new, like 2-perk build, which is very good versus gens. If it doesn't, it's still quite good. Basically, when you hit any survivor into the dying state with a basic attack, so not chainsaws, I think they said that, or the lunge, etc., from Demogorgon, it causes all generators within a 32-meter radius to instantly explode and regress. It says the regression is 12%, and then it starts going down in the slow regression, which is, I think, is it 2 times slower than survivors on the gen? I think it's 2 times slower than survivor on the gen. But the 12% is quite nice. It's every 40 seconds, which they do need to have something there, I think, because it would be a bit insane if it had no cooldown. You could down lots of people. But yeah, what do you think about this, guys? It works with Ruin. Yeah, it will work with Ruin. So it's like a fade skill check worth 12 instead of 10. Yeah, that's what I saw someone say in my comments. I've been looking at YouTube as well. Someone said a failed skill check is 10%, I believe, right? Is it 10%, guys? Because someone said that. Like, if you miss a skill check, is it 10%? Yeah, so it's like a failed skill check, but 2% more. So it's 12% instead of 10. Is it 5? 10? Well, whatever. But the thing is, right, so instantly explode and regress. Yeah, see, it says explode. It's not kicking. So Pop Goes Weasel's kicking. I don't think it's going to synergize. It's a pity. It is a pity. It would be really, really nice to... You still have to use 2 perks for it. And I also see that it says it's a meter radius. It's not linked to your heart, your heartbeat. They miss such interesting potential with these perks, with synergies. Like, they could have said, putting a survivor into the dying state with a basic attack causes all generators within your terror radius to instantly explode and regress. What that would do is it'd allow you to mess around with distressing and things like this. And then you can start using... Because no one uses distressing, really, because there's no point. Like, you could use distressing with surge. That's interesting. It's a new combination to mess around with, right? Such a pity. It says additional, so 12% plus. This applies an additional regression of 12%. Yeah, because it's talking about regressing. It regresses at 2 times slower than one survivor on a gen. That's how I know the. Is it 2 times or 4 times? I think it's 2 times. Like one survivor on a gen takes 80 seconds, and you kicking a gen takes 160 seconds for it to fully go to 0, right? Am I right? I think that's what it is. So it'll be 12%, boom, and then it'll do the normal regression of, really slow. Distressing is just a poor man's barbecue. I don't think it's anything like barbecue. Oh, points you're on about. You think it's 22%? 5%? Or you're thinking... You think the explode is going to be... You think the explode is going to be like a normal explode of 5%, 10%, whichever one it is. You're not certain. And then 12% added on. You really think it's going to be that? I think, because the devs word things interestingly sometimes, I think what they're saying by the additional is the regression, even though they said regression again. I think what they're saying is it'll regress and it'll have 12% taken off at the start. I don't think they'll do 22. I very much doubt they'll do 22. I think it's 12. Yeah, it's definitely going to be 12. But yeah, that's Surge. It's pity though. They missed a trick with the 32 meter. If they linked that to Terror Radius, it'd be so much more interesting to play with. But it's whatever. It's still cool. 32 meter. Like, you know, if you are one with, I guess you could still use monitoring abuse with it, which is nice. You know, you don't get any negative from the monitoring abuse, tier 1 Myers, etc. So I guess it's got that, but it's still kind of interesting with it on your Terror Radius. But yeah, it seems like an alright perk. I think that might be the best one, possibly. I'm definitely going to experiment with Surge. I think anything to do with generator regression is usually a good thing for Killer. Oops. What?
To down somebody, any generators within a certain distance from the location that you are will explode all generators. And
It's like you kicked all the generators.
yes, exactly. It's a
22
free
on
kick,
triple genary would be
and,
brutal. Yeah, it'd be
also
very, very
gives,
strong. I don't see it
slight,
being that. And
Bonus.
additional.
Oh, actually, let's
relation
see.
to the- gives. And
It's like you kicked.
the location that you are will explode all generators. And
It's like you kicked all the generators.
yes,
so this is the thing with Court. Can you stop fucking confusing me? He was the one who said kicked, and that's why I got into my head, Pop Goes Weasel, and you're kicking it. But it's not kicking, is it? It's an explosion. Yeah, so you saw it as well. It's like you kicked. It's fucking Court, though. It's Court, is what it does. I think he's saying that because it's the regression, what a kick would do. I think that's why he's saying it. It would work, so I don't understand why people aren't getting this. You'd hit someone, it'd you know, do the effect, you'd hook them, and now you'd have Pop Goes the Weasel, and now you have X amount of time to hit someone else, or Pop Goes the Weasel 1 gen. So it's kind of a risk reward thing. That's why I don't think it'd be too insane with Pop Goes the Weasel, because you need to really know what you're doing with it. You know, it's not like a definite, but it's something what has potential to give you something more. You see. You see? Also, you can't pop a gen. That's regressing, so it wouldn't combo well. How can you kick an already regressing gen? It would regress after you've done it. Or you mean if other gens are regressing, it'd get the gens what have been fixed again, obviously. That's the point. So basically, you hit someone, gen's regressing, right? You hook that person, now you've got pop, nothing anymore. People are still doing gens, people are doing playing, you're chasing. If you down someone again before pop, as the cooldown's gone, then bang, now it hits with pop and the perk, you see? That's what I'm saying. And I think it says the next gen you break, so doubt it combos. Yeah, I doubt it does. And it'd be very difficult to hit because you only have 20 seconds. Because 40-second cooldown on the first thing. Oh no, because you need to carry them. So maybe 25 seconds. Yeah, it'd be hard to pull off, but it'd be cool to have it. I don't think it'd be broken. It'd be really hard to pull off. But I doubt it's going to do it.
exactly. It's a free kick, and also gives.
Well, that's a thing. And I just saw it in chat. That's what made me think about it. How would Surge with Thrilling Tremors be? That's quite dirty, right? That's really dirty. Holy shit. Because, like, you hit them, you get the regression, and then all gens... Would they all trap because of the regression, or would they be okay? Maybe they'd be okay. Knock them off the gens and then block it. Would it knock them off, though? It looks like they get knocked off, but they technically don't. Yeah, if they're working on it, it'd be the same. But it's kind of interesting. Feeling tremors research.
Like a slight
Interesting.
Bonus.
additional regression to the
quite
virus
dirty.
kick that usually happen.
I'm thinking some nice builds with spirit here.
So
That's
it's not a
very
good
nice.
if like Survivor. Whenever you're in a chase, just don't go in the direction of a gen that is being done. Basically.
But as a general rule, it's not a good idea because you want to leave your friends to
no,
do the gens.
but if you want to be an asshole, I guess.
Yeah.
So just
Well, then you're giving advice to people who want to be.
How many
assholes.
meters would
Yeah.
you say?
we have another assholes perk actually.
Is
The
it
next
cruel
one?
confinement?
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Cruel assholes confinement. So whenever it's in volt,
How big would you say a meter radius is a map, guys? Just to give us all perspective of 32 meters. 32 meters is like just the default terror radius, I believe. Maso Sadis, thank you for the 50 bits. The ballad, it makes them stop repairing gens, like they missed a skill check, you know. It makes them stop repairing gens like they missed a skill check. Yeah, when you miss a skill check, you still are repairing, you know. 130-ish, you'd say. Okay. Alright, so this is the other one, which I think it has potential. Every time a generator is completed, all windows and vault locations within a 32-meter radius from the completed generator are blocked for all survivors for the next 35 seconds. You see the aura of the vault location is blocked by cruel confinement for the duration. So now we can pause it and see it all. Oh wait, this is... Oh, it's every gem, yeah. Big Mac, thank you for the Prime, appreciate it, man. Master once again with a 1 bit. List perk with a 1, Navy for the tier 2 for the 25 months. By the way, Navy, you can give us a build with that. Citizen, I see that you're giving one, right? Any survivor, got you, man. We'll be doing these after we've done this bit of analysis. Appreciated that once again, Citizen. What about pallets? Pallets are still there. Pallets are still there. This is for just windows and vaults, which basically windows, just windows really, just vaults actually. I should just say vaults. I don't know how I feel about this one. What do you feel about this one? I don't know how I feel about this. You get it 5 times again because it's whenever a gen's completed. There's only 5. It's interesting. It could really push loops, like you could get rid of like really good pallets quickly. Potentially. Good with killers with 1-shots. Yeah, maybe. It could synergize quite nicely with Plague's add-on. Whenever a gen's popped, she gets corruption. That's quite dirty. Though, in general, it's quite strong line anyway. Like, you can hit people at loops, but makes it a bit easier. Could be quite dirty, that. It forces pallets, yeah. I'd say at the highest level, this just forces pallets to go down quicker. So it's going to be good for people who get rid of pallets quick, like Billy. Well, depending on what your add-on is. But Billy, Leatherface, that's about it, right? Who gets rid of pallets quickly? I guess that's it. So this with brutal strength would probably be a good yeah. This with brutal strength would probably be good synergy, would you say? Clown. No. I'm talking about getting rid of pallets quickly. Like when you go to the pallet, you get rid of it quick. I think there's only Leatherface and Billy, right? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, this looks like it'll be good for Leatherface, Billy, or any other killer with brutal, because you'll be able to get rid of some pallets a lot quicker, and then they're just gonna have windows. It's interesting. It's interesting. I think the first one is the one I'm gonna really care the most about, but I'll definitely try this one as well. Icon looks like Doctor. Yeah, a bit because of electricity. Demogorgon with a pounce can break pallets. I don't think so. They would have mentioned it, I think.
Pallets. Windows and vault location.
So not pallets.
From
Oh!
a certain
Within a
radius.
Wait.
Not
we can see this map a tiny bit here. Unoriginal Kid, thank you for 200 bits. I don't know if I was bits, but I just want to add, so I build, Claudette, and play. Possibly. Possibly. We'll see. Aurelia, thank you for the 34 months as well. Feeling Tremors activates on pickup, surges on down, so it won't combo. It's not about comboing, it's just about it having that extra more on the generator. Sometimes a survivor, once it explodes, might panic and like walk away from the gen, and then boom, Feeling Tremors, can't go on the gen anymore. It's just thinking of synergies, right? Just thinking of things what might work, together. Not completely together, but might work together, right?
Palette.
Okay, so let's see.
Windows and vault location from a certain
Within a
radius.
I'm just looking at loops right now, really quick.
Not palette. Windows and vault location. All the Windows and vault location, not palette. Windows and
That
vault
looks quite
location,
nice,
all
doesn't it? Oh wow, there's one there as well. Wait, there's a window here, and it hasn't got blocked. I'm just having a look at loops really quick on this map. Obviously, it's orangey, which, well, yeah, it should be. That looks like quite a strong one, though. Straight away from the stairs.
Windows and vault location, not palette.
Because the killer's going to have to walk all the way around.
Location from a certain
Within a
radius.
There's no meta build with bit of murmur, node, and confinement. Right, okay.
Will be blocked for
Nice
all
vault. It looks like it,
survivors,
yeah.
The killer, obviously. And the killer see the location
Just saw another vault there.
for all survivors, not the killer.
Not there.
obviously. And the
There. That's quite solid. Wait, that's a window into a window. Shit.
killer see the location for all survivors,
Window, and then walking straight
Yeah,
into
the-
another window over there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah.
obviously. And the killer see the location or of the block.
So
Another
it's a
window.
great-
That window's kind of basic. Don't need anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you,
so that's
it
number
lasts.
one.
It lasts also for
Quite a lot of windows.
35 seconds.
I hope they know what they're doing with them. I do have more faith with the devs with how they design loops now compared to what they used to, but still.
For now.
This one looks weird. I noticed this.
So if you
Like here, it looks like you can just vault to that left, and the killer can't really do what about it other than walk downstairs. But I also see a hole here. Can the killer just fall down that hole and follow him anyway?
pops at
Possibly, right? You see it?
5 seconds for now. So if you
There's two stairs at each way as well. Interesting. This is a really weird spot, actually. There's two stairs going like this. Then there's this, and then there's two vaults. It's really weird. Does that middle lead somewhere different or something? How weird is that? Like, there's two stairs. This is actually... Wait. I wonder if this is the gen they're on about. No, it isn't. The gen where they say that it's just down the corridor.
now. So if you survivor pops a gen.
I don't know.
The
You see
area
the-
becomes a lot less safe.
Yes, exactly. It's better to
Oh, it's a weird spot, that.
or just pop a gen in the face of the killer. That's like in a shack, for example. Maybe that's not something you want to do.
Wow, I paused the wrong one. What do you mean? Yeah, it looks bad for survivors. I thought it was good, and then I saw there's two ways up, and then there's two vaults, and it's really weird. Don't make any sense. You can't go down into the tank. Ah, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
all you
People who
take a-
hang out until the last minute. They're
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, I'm gonna get away. I have to finish it.
Yeah, and then loop the killer around the shack.
Not gonna
There's a
happen.
stair on the good side. There were stairs on both sides.
And the third one is called Mind Breaker.
So whenever
Okay, so this
information-
one, I'm gonna read this now, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is, and I think this is gonna be the PERT no one gives a shit about. But we'll see. While repairing generators with less than 50-50-50, that's the different tiers of the perk. Repair progression. Survivors are afflicted by the exhaustion status effect. Any existing exhaustion status effect timers are paused while the survivor is repairing. So if you are exhausted with sprint burst and you run to a new generator, your sprint burst will not activate until you're past 50% of the generator, and then when you are, it'll start doing it again. But it says survivors are afflicted by the exhaustion status effect in general, which is the confusing thing for me. And then it says the effect persists for 1, 2, and 3 seconds after they have ended the repair action. So once they've got off, but will it stop? It'll stop after the 50% though, no? It's weird, this one. There's a lot to kind of like think about. So what I'm thinking is it's two things. When you're not exhausted and you run to a generator under 50%, you will be exhausted normally. And then if you get off said generator, you're still going to be exhausted and it's not going to start recovering until 3 seconds. If you keep on the generator after 50%, after it's 50%, so that's why I'm getting a bit confused there. Maybe 3 seconds after you're on there, then it goes back to, you know, you're getting your exhaustion back maybe. Because it says after they've ended the repair action. So is that saying after you finish the gen? Okay, maybe even after the 50% you let go, it'll still do the 3% slow down and then go back to recovering. So there's either that one or when you go to a generator under 50%, you have the exhaustion status effect only for 3 seconds after you've let go. Like, it's weird. If you move away 3 seconds before you start, it's 50-50-50. It shows it, turd. So if this is going to be used, it'd be with a generator less than 50%, they get the exhaustion status effect, and then they have the exhaustion status effect. And not only do they have the exhaustion status effect from not having it, so like you have dead odd, now you don't have dead odd. Well, let's just say live, right? You have live, right? Completely fine. You haven't used it. You run to the generator, bang, exhaustion. You can't use live for another, I think it's 60 seconds, or is it 40? I can't remember. How many seconds is it? Might as well get the right variables. How many seconds is it? 40, right? So you have to wait 40 seconds, right? But with this, you have to wait all the way up until 50%, and then it'll start the 40% regression thing. But if you finish the gen faster than that regression, when you get off the gen, you still have another 3 seconds of wait time, and then it starts again. That would be the better version. The shit version would be you go there, it pretends like you're exhausted, but when you let go of the gen, you're back to not being exhausted 3 seconds later. It's one of the two. The first one I said is one what people might use. The second one is shit. So I guess we'll see, right? That's what I see from this perk. You think it's the second one? Fucking hell, if it is, that's fucking really bad. Exhaustion timer is paused. That's the penalty. No, it says you get exhausted, right? Yeah. You're afflicted by the exhaustion status effect. You see? So it either causes exhaustion, but not only causes exhaustion, it doesn't let you recover from exhaustion until you pass 50%, or it pretends that you've got exhaustion when you're on it, but after 3 seconds, you don't have it anymore. The second one is absolute shit. The first one is okay. So I guess we'll see, right? Let's see what they say.
Yes.
You go.
Let's see how
Called
the word.
mind breaker.
So whenever, yeah, exactly. So if you go repair a gen that is under 50% of progression,
Yes.
you'll be affected by the status effect.
Exhaustion.
Exhaustion, exactly. So if you have perk that active based on the exhaustion, well, you're saying like probably, well, just when I'm doing gen.
It'd be nice if they actually showed the UI so we could see. just something. You know, like we could see if the exhaustion thing appeared.
But the, well, you're saying like probably, well, just when I'm doing gen. But if you have a cooldown on one of those perks, the cooldown is paused. So
Okay.
if you already activate sprint burst,
So there is saying if you've already activated it, usually when you go to a gen, the cooldown of the activation slowly is back, and then you've got it again anyway. Here, he's saying the other part where if you're already exhausted, it still has a benefit to the killer, right? So I think it is the first one we're talking about.
For example, you go repair a gen, then your sprint burst will not degrade.
Refresh while
Yeah,
you do that.
exactly. And the effect persists for 3 seconds after you leave the repair. So if
So
you
that sucks a bit.
yeah, so if you repair and you see the killer coming your way and you want to like sprint burst whatever, it's not gonna be possible. So you have to walk it.
Okay.
If you're not exhausted, what's the point of the perk? To cause, well, either to exhaust you properly or to exhaust you for 3 seconds. I can't imagine it being the second one. The second one's horrifically shit. And like, they've been doing this for a long time now. I'm pretty sure it's the first one, guys. Like, he says you have to wait a bit. No, he's talking about, right, so what he's talking about is he's talking about if you're already exhausted, there's two things, right? So this is the first one, there's two things. If you're not exhausted, you go there, you're exhausted. Not only are you exhausted, you're exhausted, and it won't give the, it's got a lot to it, that's why it's kind of hard to get your head around it. When you go to it, you're exhausted, then you have 40 seconds, right, if you have live, till you're okay. But when you have this perk, you won't even get that until 50%, right? So once you've done 50% of the gen, then the cooldown starts, right, for the 40 seconds. If you finish this gen before the 40 seconds and you let go, then there's 3 seconds once again where it stops. I guess for if you got sprint burst back, right? Yeah, if you got sprint burst back. And you have 3 seconds right at the end where you can't even use it still, then you can use it. That's the first one. Oh, and then if you're already exhausted, once again, it's the same thing. You won't get the cooldown and then blow out at the end. The second one is, I mean, the second one's laughable if it's that. The first one's okay. The second one's laughable. No one's going to use that. It's really stupid. You're exhausted for 3 seconds. Come on. I'm pretty sure it's the first one. If it's the second one, that's hilarious.
That's very interesting.
It helps the killer to close gap.
All right, moving on to the survivors.
We have 2 survive.
You only remain exhausted for 3 seconds after getting off them. But it says it causes exhaustion. So I don't know where you're getting that from, Brodo. Look. Repair rate. Survivors are afflicted by the exhaustion status effect. Once you're hit with exhaustion status effect, even if it says you're hit with it for 30 seconds, you're hit with it 100%, no matter what you're using. Because they're exhausted now, and now they're on the cooldown where they need it back. This is the thing what's confusing people. But I think I get it. I think I get why this is here. This is here because if you're already exhausted from sprint burst, you're on the 50%, like where you can't get any cooldown yet, right? But then eventually you actually get the whole thing back. You still, oh wait, but then it's so weird how they've added this. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving some benefit of the doubt. Why would they add the 3 second time if it gives you 40 second 1-2? But do you really think you're only going to be exhausted for 3 seconds? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Because what would be the point of giving exhaustion to 50% when you can just get off at any time and then get it back in 3 seconds? Just doesn't make sense. Yeah, maybe this is just saying that you can't use sprint burst after 3 seconds from leaving the generator, even if you weren't exhausted anymore. Maybe that's what it's saying. Because that would link to what he's saying afterwards, saying, you know, it allows you to hit people who had sprint burst or whatever. So if that's true, then what I said, the first one, is probably it. You will get exhausted. If you're already exhausted, you won't get the cooldown. And then if you do have everything back, you're not exhausted anymore, you'll still get it for 3 seconds after you've left the gen. That's why there's a lot with it, why it kind of would go over people's heads, I think. I think that's what it is. 3 seconds is not good, Skylar. Use a perk to get people exhausted for 3 seconds. It's not good, Skylar. But I don't think that's what it is. Grey, thank you for the 10 bits. Bara, thank you for the 12 months. Luxian with the 10 bits. Zero, thank you for the Prime as well.
Status effect,
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's
have
one of two.
cooldown
One of
on
two.
those perks.
In YouTube comments, what do you
The
think as
cooldown
well?
is
Because I will be putting this on
So
YouTube
if
as
you
well.
already activate sprint burst, for example, and go repair a gen, then your sprint burst will
We'll see.
not
Refresh
degrade.
while
Yeah,
you do that.
exactly. And the effect persists for 3 seconds after you leave the repair. So if
So
you
that sucks a bit.
yeah, so if you repair and you see the killer coming your way and you want to like sprint burst whatever, it's not gonna be possible. So you have to walk it.
Okay,
And get it back, yeah.
that's very interesting.
We'll
It
see.
helps the killer to close. Yeah.
I
All
think
right,
I know what it
moving
is,
on to
but
the
it's one of the two.
survivors.
We have two survivors.
What?
Does it mean we have 6 survivor perks?
Yes,
probably.
Basil,
That's
for
how
25.
That's all you see, right?
Just
Makes
perks
Survivor.
everywhere, right?
This like
Alright, let's have a look. So
we
that's killer
understand.
perks.
Faye, perfect. Steve and Nancy is what we ended up with.
Yes, and we didn't. At that time, we didn't know what was happening in the last season.
Yeah, Steve.
We had to name development
Okay.
change throughout.
This is the first one, right? Babysitter. When you unhook a survivor, the unhooked survivor leaves no scratch marks and blood trail for the next 8 seconds. You see the survivor, the killer's aura, and the killer sees your aura for 4 seconds. Now I wonder, this is one of the weaker, in my opinion, survivor perks, what they were given. I wonder if this would be good synergy with, shit, what's that locker perk called again? The iron thing, whatever it's called. Strength within, or whatever it's called. Not Iron Maiden. No, I'm talking about Survivor, guys. Survivor. Inner Strength, that's it. Inner Strength. This could potentially be good with Inner Strength, because if you get unhooked in the basement, you could walk to a locker. There's not going to be any blood at the locker you went to, right? But it's going to show that you're injured. So it's going to mind game the killer, thinking, well, it can't be in a locker. I'd say blood. And then you get healed, and then you can walk out. So it looks like it has good synergy with Inner Strength. This.
No.
Or this. No problem, babe. Thank you. Beautiful.
Using skin.
Yeah, so it's looking like it's got good synergy with Inner Strength. Like the person on the hook has Inner Strength, and then this guy called the Babysitter grabs a person with Inner Strength. He can walk to a locker. The killer is not going to know that you're there. And it's 8 seconds. As you see here, it's 8 seconds. It's 8 seconds for Inner Strength to heal you to full. So this is going to be really good synergy with Inner Strength, I think. If Inner Strength becomes more meta, which I don't see why it wouldn't, because the DS jump into the locker is becoming meta. This is going to be really fucking good, especially... A lot of these perks look like they're good for basement saves, and basement saves are probably the hardest to do as Survivor, and they're the strongest position for the killer to be in. They look like very, very basement saver. Like, think about Hag, right? Once Hag gets you in the basement, dirty as fuck, well hard to get out. But if you crawl, to a locker and then get in the locker and then just wait that 8 seconds. We're talking about the other perk anyway. But yeah, I think this is good synergy with the other thing. Without the other thing, it's still okay. It's still okay, but I don't think it's the better of some of the others. But it's decent. What do you guys think about this perk? Nurse with make your choice. Rip. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, make your choice will be good with it for the killer. So bad against it. Bad for the survivor. You'll never use it. Yeah, compared to some of the other survivor perks, yeah, it's definitely lackluster compared to the others what they're releasing. Buckle up. Buckle up's always been obsolete. Wait, which one's buckle up? I'm thinking buckaroo. Which one's buckle up? Stops the tunnel. I know, it's whatever. It's not the craziest, but it's okay.
Development. And but this one, like, it was the idea is that you help others. It's like a bit like the Bill's perk where you borrowed time exactly. That like it's not about the survivor. I mean, borrowed.
She just ran down instead of up, even though the killer was down there. This is what I hate my teammates doing. Like,
And, but
I'll
this
see.
one, like,
I'll be
the
like,
idea
great,
is
so the
that
killer's gone downstairs, right? So obviously you're going to go upstairs, aren't you?
help
And
out.
then they just run at the fucking killer.
Like the Bill's perk where you borrowed time exactly. That like it's not about
Yeah, I'm gonna run
the
downstairs.
survivor. I mean, it's something that you give to others.
So what do you give others?
So when you
Was the killer literally
it's
chasing
just-
Dwight
it's
as well?
Something that you give to others.
So what do you give
Maybe, I don't know.
others?
So when you unhook a survivor,
Oh, well, we'll see, maybe. No.
the unhook survivor do not leave scratch marks.
Oh, look! She got to put on the hook again. Do I know what story just happened here? Did she get unhooked,
Like, it's not
run back
about
down,
the survivor,
find the
you,
killer
it's
again,
just-
which I
it's
said was
something
fucking
that
going to
you give
happen,
others.
So what do
and
you
then
give
get hooked? Wait,
The survivor, I mean, it's
And
just-
then
it's
get
something that
hooked.
you give to others.
So
here, at this side. Because look,
what do you give
the next thing you
others?
see
So when you unhook
is the
the survivor
Dwight
this
at the
time,
same kind of position, but her on a hook again. Look, Dwight's still here. This is the position that we just saw.
Do not
Look,
leave
the
scratch-
hole. I seriously think that's what happened.
Scratch marks and blood trail for 8 seconds.
It's funny seeing the story
And
though.
on your side,
I might be
your
wrong, though, I might
last
be
one
wrong.
Who has his aura reveal to the killer for
Faded Ice, thank you for
But
2
you'll see
months,
the
like
killer
watching your
story.
games. Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll be
Yes.
jumping on the game
Also,
after
yes,
we've
exactly. So
done
it's
this.
like,
We've nearly
come
done it
get
as well.
me, I'm
Yeah.
over there.
Good chat though,
You
and
can
good
take
analysis.
a
I
hit
think.
for
I think
that.
we've
Yeah, exactly. So you
learned a
can
bit.
think of other perks that you can combine with this.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that
The anti-tunnel gets
that
tunneled,
with
yeah.
borrowed time would actually be
Yeah, exactly.
pretty like making sure that people live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good. So babysitter. The second one is camaraderie.
Yeah. Committee where like a perk that extend the time on the hook.
Camaraderie? I think it's camaraderie. He said that so weirdly. Okay, while on hook and reaching. Oh, okay. This is a weird one. Right, so when you're on the hook and reaching the struggle phase, right? So it only happens on the struggle phase. See, I didn't see that because it was so quick, and I had to take everything in so quickly without pausing. I couldn't see this. Now I can actually properly look. So it's only in the struggle phase the perk activates. The perk is activated if at any time during the struggle phase another survivor comes within 16 meters of the hook. So it only activates when a survivor comes 16 meters within the hook. The struggle phase timer is paused for 14 seconds. Right, that's way different to what I thought. Way different to what I thought. So only in the struggle phase and only if another survivor comes 60 meters from the hook, it's paused for 14 seconds. Right. So it's nowhere near as crazy as I thought it were. I thought it was this insane thing, but it was so quick how it went. Last minute saves. Yeah, it is last minute saves. It's paused, but do you still have to spam space? I have no idea. It's not hard to press space, man. People say to me, like, why don't you macro space? I'm literally just going like that. Like, do people have, like, really weak, like, thumbs or something? You just go like that. Like, it's not that big of a thing. Well, I don't give a shit about it. Yeah. What do I think about this? Yeah, last second saves. I don't think it's gonna be used too much. Also, what the fuck is this? It's almost like comms, like walkie-talkies. So I guess they know what they're aiming for, right? They're aiming for survivor friends who want everyone to escape, yeah? A reference to the show? Oh, okay. Fair enough then. Never mind. It's just coincidental. Because this is, if I were to pick anything, this would be more of a survivor friends thing where they want everyone to escape, everyone to get out. And this allows you to have a bit more chance. 14 seconds. I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know how I feel. It won't be something I use, but I do see some people using it and it being quite effective for endgame borrowed time escapes. Quite annoying, actually, for killer. What would that be? 40... 56? So nearly a minute. If every killer... Well, no, because it'll always be struggle. But yeah, they could do that. It potentially nearly a minute extra struggle time. If it's Survivor Friends all running around with borrowed time, all in struggle phase. Potentially a minute longer in total. It looks annoying, but it looks like something I won't really use.
We weren't sure, like, it's something that factors the. You
36.
Have to factor the killer in this. Like, you just
Yeah.
cannot.
14.
Just, give 20 seconds more on the hook. It's just,
No, it's
So
definitely
how
more than
does this
36
one
for 4 people.
This one is while you're on the hook and you reach a struggle phase, the perk activate, which
Yeah.
means that you're gonna be able to use it only once per game.
Yeah.
So you said all this.
And well, of course, if you escape.
It was later on and stuff.
Well, if you don't get hooked to reach a struggle phase, and once it activates, if any survivor comes within a certain radius of you, at the moment 16 meters.
This perk, like the
the
10 bits, if
struggle
the killer
phase,
sees a regression
pause-
bar not going
pauses
down,
for 14
it can help the
seconds.
killer notice
So it gives
survivors
more
is
time
close.
for the
They will be.
survivor
It'll
to
be mainly for any
distract the
rescue,
killer
I
and
think.
make the risk.
Robot
And
Maniac,
on
I
the
think for the 5
survivor
bits. It'll be when the
side,
killer's
you
near
have
the
that,
hook and the exegate's
bar
here
flash
and they're
and
protecting
stuff
it.
like that. Okay, this
That's when
guy
it'll
has-
be used the most, I think.
I
An
mean,
extra few moments.
Yes, exactly. The killer
So
doesn't
take
see
your
that.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess
Go
we'll see.
Take a cup of tea. Yeah.
All right, and the last one.
Okay.
And he keeps.
Alright, so first two, kind of lackluster in my opinion. The second one looks annoying with Survivor Friends. I can only imagine it really being used with Survivor Friends for endgame. Let's see. This one is the. This one's interesting. So when you complete one health state of healing on other survivors, so when you heal just one health state of a survivor, I guess that means like even if they're injured and they just need a tap, that's a health state, right? You could use insta heals to get this as well. The perk activates. While activated, the next time you get unhooked, well, it's a lot in there, fucking hell. Okay, so you need to complete one health state of a survivor. And then when you get unhooked or unhook yourself, you're affected by the broken status effect. So no one can heal you after you've unhooked yourself or been unhooked. But then when you're outside of the killer terror radius, the perk will heal you in 20 seconds. The perk deactivates once you are fully healed, or if you get downed before the healing is completed, you lose the broken status effect. So when it says deactivates, does that mean that you'll never get it again? Like DS. So you get it once again. Why didn't it say it can only be used once again then? Because deactivated doesn't mean you can only use it once, by the way. Deactivated means that now when you're outside the radius, it won't work until you heal another person to the second state and get unhooked again. So I think you could possibly use this multiple times, guys. Because deactivated does not mean only can use once. Interesting. So basically what this does is it allows him to not be a hindrance to his teammates. I saw someone say with not Unbreakable, Deliverance, it could be good, that's true. Just in general, it's not bad. I wonder if you can go into a... yeah, but you can't really do that. I still think the locker one might be better, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I don't think this one will be used as much as the locker one. I think that locker one is just... The locker one... It synergizes so well with the current meta of DS into locker and head on as well. That it's just a no-brainer. That's the one. But this is interesting. It's definitely going to take away the hindrance from other survivors, and then he can just run to a gen and work on a gen, and then eventually he's just going to get healed from nothing. No, you can do optimal play with
Even
this.
some way,
Yeah.
it's so much this character. Like, it pretty much.
Like why you need to
obviously-
cleanse the totem.
So
you
this
always
one
cleanse the totem.
activates when
I don't know
you're
if there's a game where I
healing
never
someone.
cleanse at least one.
Yes, exactly. You have to heal one full health state, which
Okay.
Full health state.
means that you can do a bit here,
No,
a bit
no,
there,
it's
but
fine.
you'll see.
Oh, okay. So you can't do what I said. I thought like you know, you can be like that to being healed, and then you do that and now they're healed. No, you need the full. So a bit here, a bit there, as you just said. Okay.
The progression, once you have the
You have to do
full heal,
100%.
yeah, the perk activate.
Does it trigger when the state changes, or do you have to heal for 100%? So if someone else helps you,
There
the
it was.
State
No, it's injured. That's in broken.
changes,
And then
or do you have to heal for
bang.
100%? So if someone else helps you, then it's
No, well, you're just gonna get less if somebody else help you healing on somebody.
So you
Ah.
have to heal. And
So you'll get less if
enough
someone else
by
is helping as
yourself
well.
Yeah,
to
because-
fill one full bar.
Because our health system works, or healing system works in charge
yeah,
system. So you have to take a number of specific charge, which
I see.
equal one survivor.
yeah, that's
Similar
fine.
Yeah,
to
exactly,
the
Ren.
daily ritual that
Yeah.
you have. And once the perk is
We'll make
activated,
it. Yeah. Fucking
the
hell.
next time you
That would
are
be good. We will
hooked,
make it.
You're gonna
Hmm.
receive the broken status effect, and while you're outside the terror radius of the killer, the perk heals you.
It'd be very good versus
over time,
Ghostface and stuff,
after
right? Well,
20
people with
seconds,
low
you'll
terror
be fully
radius,
healed.
basically.
It's an
Ghostface
instant
can
heal,
expose
it's
maybe
not
bad,
an actual
bad example.
healing progress. Just
Oh, okay.
make sure you understand that it's just like and because you're broken, nobody else can.
Wraith, yeah,
at any
yeah.
time.
Mm.
Well, you can just
Act
run
like
a-
nothing's happening, and
Yes,
you'll get
exactly.
healed at some point.
Exactly, go repair gen or find.
And all these
Okay.
might change as
That's
well. They might
very,
get better.
That's a very interesting one, but it's essentially a second chance also.
Yes.
You know how
And
people
when
want
you
things to
use
get
the-
really ridiculous,
the-
right?
the
And the
perk
devs
heals you
sometimes
up,
listen to the wrong people. So I guess we'll see,
You lose
right?
the broken state.
Okay.
And if you are broken before the perk activate, this perk will never activate until you get rid of the original broken.
So
Obviously,
it doesn't
because
work with the.
now if you're
no
already
matter.
sick, for example, from the plague, and
Ah.
if you're hooked, it's just like you're not gonna get any benefit from that.
Ah, interesting. If you're already broken, you can't use it. Interesting. Interesting. That's a big negative towards the plague. I wonder if that's the same with. Yeah, will that be the same with Strength Within? What's it fucking called? What's that locker one? I can't fucking remember. Well, we were getting to it soon anyway. I wonder with Strength Within, if whatever it's called. Inner Strength. Fuck! Do I keep calling it Strength Within? I wonder if it's a fucking Claudia Claudette thing all over again. Ghost Graveyard. I never lose it as well. Fuck, I'm going to have that forever now. God damn it. Ghost Graveyard, Claudia and Claudette, and Strength Within and Inner Strength. Yep, I've got it forever now. Fuck. That's it. Ghost Graveyard, Hold the Grounds, yeah. I wonder if with Inner Strength, you can get out of broken status. Do you think?
What about Nancy?
Yeah, Nancy, the first one is Better Together.
Mm-hmm.
So when you work on a gen, you reveal the
Okay, so them three, I would say the last one is probably the best one out of his perks. All right, the aura of generator you're currently repairing is real to all survivors located within 32, 32, 32. If the killer downs a survivor while you're repairing the generator, you see the aura of other survivors. So this is good for needing other survivors to heal you, pretty much, I would say, for the most part. Yeah, I don't think this is that good. The aura generators you're currently repairing and revealed to all of the survivors. I mean, it's good for rushing. If you're deep in squad, you know, I think this would be a really good one for rushing gens. It's very boring though. It's one of them ones where you just want to rush gens and not let anyone have a fun time. So
gen
I
aura.
don't like this one.
Not your. While you repair the gen, if the killer downs somebody, you see everybody's aura.
Bond is better than this. It shows all of the survivors where all the gens are, so it gives you more than that. It's gonna be it's quick gens, let's just say.
For a few seconds.
The gates, I think, are the $2 per time donating love content
The
for
second one, I
YouTube
think, is
and
a
on Twitch. Keep up
very
the good work.
interesting
Appreciate
and
it.
unique
Sam with the
one.
10
Yeah,
Bezos
it's
gravy.
like-
Oi.
Yeah,
It's called Fixated,
Okay,
and
this one's interesting.
but we try to
Okay.
give a twist to.
So, that first one, meh. Fixated. This is very interesting. So there's two things with this. There's data, what people can get. If people really, really, if this were a fighting game, this would be something that people straight away use. in Kill Your Friends, on Dance With Me, on Lightweight, on everything, to get a real understanding of how scratch marks are working, like really like specifically. But it also does something which could be quite bloody good versus Spirit. The walking faster, 20% walking faster. That's kind of good. It's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be very tricky, I think, tracking people with Spirit who use this. When they get better with it, 20% movement. Yeah. It's not running, it's walking, guys. 20% is quite a lot, I think. Walking is 56%, is it? So yeah. It's while uninjured. Yeah, it's true. But still. It's almost running. How fast do they run, guys? How fast do survivors run? I would have thought it'd be 100%, wouldn't it? Yeah, 100. I thought it would be. So yeah, it's not almost running. It's what would you say that is? Like 60, nearly 70% or something? Like 65, 70%, something like that. %, speed, yeah. 11% move speed. Near 70% speed. A bit less, maybe. It'd be 76.5%. No, I don't think so. Will it? Running is 100. Walking with fixated is 72. Is it 70? Wait, you're all saying all different ones. What? I'll just work it out. What's normal walk speed? Walking's 50%, is it? If walking's 50%, then the unified. Thank you for this sub. Appreciate it, man. 56%, is it? So it's near. Let's just say nearly 70%. It's nearly 70%, I think. Who walks though? When you go against Spirit, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, this is gonna be very good versus Spirit. It's gonna be very good for data, where you can see your own scratch marks and kill your friends. As I said, this game isn't as serious. People don't take it as serious. People are a bit lazy as well with that. But if this was a fighting game, people would be using this instantly in the lab to know exactly how the scratch marks look. I might even do it just to see. I'm kind of curious. But that's the data thing. The walking faster is a thing what I think will... it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to have a look at this. I'm going to have a look at it in the lab. Oh, God, I said in the lab on this fucking game. Kill your friends. But I'm also going to be checking out the faster walking speed.
To like advanced player to make use out of it. So it allows you to see your own scratch.
67.8. That's why I said nearly 70. I knew it was close to it.
The show and when the killer can actually spot you.
And I think that for advanced players, it's actually
67.8. I knew it was close to 70. That's why I just said 70 as an estimate.
Oh yeah, because you can cut a corner and try to like drive the killer in one direction. You can clearly see what he's gonna see.
Just looking at the map as well.
Yes, you walk faster.
Ah, you see that? Did anyone see that? Or not? It confirms that they're not set. I knew they wouldn't be, but it's nice to see. So it's kind of going to be like Larry's in that sense, where some windows are going to be impossibly broken because of RNG, and sometimes they're not.
On top of that,
yes, you walk.
That's not the window.
Fast.
Oh wait, it is open. Never mind. I thought it was closed. Never mind, it's still open. It's probably still the same game, innit? Okay.
that's kind of big.
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind.
You like especially like build with.
Wait, all these windows open? What the fuck is going on?
That's kind of big.
Yeah.
Open.
Exactly. You like especially like
Open.
build with.
Open. Like, are they all open? What's going on?
Sprint bursts, for example, or people who walk a lot.
That was open one time, so this is when you do a gen, right? It must be. Because this was open before, and now it's closed. I'm pretty sure that opens when you do a gen.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. The last one is called Inner
Okay.
Strength.
That was one of the, I would say, like in all the 6, that was the one that we got most feedback out of it.
Yeah.
Like, very positive. Like people found it like very interesting.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
What, this one?
It's not a simple one.
no, it's
What
not
a
simple
surprise.
one. And what I like about this one is like it
What a
fits also
surprise.
with Nancy's character.
Okay, so this is the potential new perk, which could become meta, I guess. It has amazing synergy with DS. It has good synergy with Head On. Good synergy with Quick and Quiet. Like it's got a lot of synergy with a lot of stuff, right? Doesn't matter if you're in the Terror Radius either. Each time you complete a totem, it doesn't stack though, does it? Right? 4 people using this perk will make it impossible to use, though. I don't think you understand what impossible means. It doesn't stack. Okay. So each time you complete a totem cleanse, Inner Strength activates. While Inner Strength is active, hide inside a locker for 8 seconds while injured will fully heal you. Inner Strength becomes deactivated as soon as it's successfully triggered. So as soon as you're healed, you need to cleanse another totem, right? So I guess that's what it means by the deactivated. So you can actually keep using this. Fucking hell. If you keep going for the totems. Yeah, this one's going to be dirty as hell. Basement saves, just everything really. Like Quick and Quiet. You lose the killer for like X amount of time, and then you just jump out of a locker fully healed. Like this is definitely. I'd be very surprised if I don't see this become very common. Like I'm definitely going to use it. I think I'm going to be using this over Borrowed. 8 seconds is pretty long though. It really isn't. It's really quick. Yeah, it's like this stuff you can do with like a killer's chasing you, and then you've got Dance with Me and Quick and Quiet, and then you jump at like you jump. Oh no, because the Quick and Quiet would it wouldn't work, would it? Yeah, that wouldn't work. I was just thinking you could jump like a vault, and then you could go into a locker. Well, you could technically. You'd have to time it. You could get it where Quick and Quiet's on cooldown. Jump, make the noise, but you've got no footsteps. Do Quick and Quiet into the locker, and then just jump out completely uninjured. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do with Inner Strength, which is kind of stylish. It's a very stylish perk. It's very clutch. It works massively well with DS. It's just a fantastic perk. Like I can't really see this being a bad perk, and I'm going to be using it over Borrowed, I think. Iron Maiden does not counter it now. Well, technically it does, but no one's using Iron Maiden. You've got 15 seconds of exposed to something stupid. Great synergy. Yeah, it's got great synergy with Quick and Quiet. It's got great synergy with DS. It's got great synergy with Head On. It's just so good. It's so good. Like whenever you want, you can just heal yourself without anyone wasting time on you. It's so good. Well, once you've got the totem, but yeah, this one's very strong, I think.
Where they can
It's also gonna allow basement saves, but like if everyone runs this and DS, it doesn't even matter if you're in the basement. Everyone's getting out. Like
in the newer season where she's really investigating and want to get like
She gets stuff done.
yeah, exactly.
So, how does it work?
So each
Shadow, if you could use this in chase, it'd be broken as fuck. What you on about, man?
time you cleanse the totem,
You
it
manually heal while getting
Okay.
chased, right?
and then once the perk is activated,
There's 5
if you
totems, yeah.
are
So there's
injured,
5
you
chances.
can get inside a
Most
locker
likely, the most
to
common will be 1, 2.
Wait for 8 seconds to get a full heal, and then you can come out fresh and new. And
Iron Maiden.
the only way
If you're hurt,
I don't want to hear that Iron Maiden thing. Iron Maiden, it's 15-second exposed, and like you're not going to use Iron Maiden for 1 perk, man. You're just not going to do it. It's not a guaranteed down. Like I guess if you get, I don't see Iron Maiden being used. It's so bad. The only time it'd be good is if you did get them in the basement and they did have this, and you were near the basement and they did go into the locker. then you'd be able to get them if they didn't have borrowed time, that is, or DS. So even if they do have DS, you still... It just seems so pointless to me. Your Huntress main user Iron Maiden. I think it's a bit of a waste, personally. Spud, thank you for the Prime. Raker, thank you for the 33 months. OMG, thank you for the 3 months as well. Appreciate it, man. Robert with 1. It's going to make Hex Perks be destroyed as soon as the game starts. Yeah, they want them to go for Hex Perks more, I've noticed. Now they just need to make Hexes harder to find. And then they've done it. They've made it where gens don't go too quick at the higher level. What a Rice, thank you for the 8 months as well. 8 months, yay. Isn't this the same as urban but walking? Kind of, right? How much percent is urban?
Yeah,
I think it's more.
You can cleanse the totem at any time. So
Oh, yeah.
even though,
This bird
like,
thing for
just
1 bit. Maybe make it so
the
DS
match
can't be
starts-
used when grabbed from locker.
No,
They
exactly.
won't do that.
Your damage starts.
People love
you
that
find
too
a
much.
totem, cleans it. You get
I like
your
that.
perk activate.
Next time you get hurt, you just get in a locker.
Yeah.
Just looking at this loop. That's a strong loop. Is it? I'm just thinking about, is this a gap here? Or can you go all the way around? If this is a gap here, it's not too crazy. But if you can go all the way around... That's kind of weak. It's not Jungle Gym, but it's solid.
It's like Superman. And then
since
you
this,
get out.
yeah, and since this perk has been out, like I have
Basically, unmanned game. When you can see the killer when you're running around something, it's unmanned. These are the loops I really dislike. If you can see them.
In a locker.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to work out how difficult it would be. What's this one? This one looks weaker. Yeah, this is definitely a weaker one. This one looks alright though. But can you go through there? If you can go through here, it's not too crazy.
Next time you get...
If you can go through here, but I don't know if you can. Can you? Can the killer fit through that?
hurt, you just
I don't think you can.
get in a locker.
So it's basically this. So it's kind of a strong loop, that. It's basically one of them... I don't know, I guess...
It's like Superman.
And
And then
since
you
this,
get out.
yeah, and since this perk has been out, like I have difficulty finding totems because it was squeezing them. It's just like
And then it's gonna make some other totem-related perks
No, Ed.
quite a lot of fun.
yeah, sure, exactly. But the thing is, like, it's quite a powerful effect where like it's just
Oh,
8
yeah.
seconds. It's twice faster than a normal heal.
2 times faster than a
But
normal
the
heal.
thing is, you're still required to hunt for the totem first, and then find a locker.
You don't
And
hunt for a
it's
totem.
limited. So
If there's 3 people on the map with that perk,
Yeah.
then the totems to clean are gonna get...
yeah.
It also counts as
Well, for
nurses.
the
Oh,
map,
fucking
we,
hell, you're right.
If you want to talk about them,
Yeah.
the last thing I would say was
Fucking hell, it's strong.
Oh yeah, we changed the exit time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So
won't
we
see you with
wanted
nurses,
the,
will they?
Exit on the level to when you
Sloppy
cross
too,
the-
yeah.
the
Thanatophobia,
door, you
all that
see
stuff.
the
Fucking hell.
and I
Yeah,
think
it's
nice
it's a very, very, very strong perk. What's
touch
coming to Survivors
because
there?
we wanted to be in both worlds, but with time and everything, we
Yeah.
figure out that.
But we had to pick our battles. I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, we can't do everything.
Yeah, I think this is fun, and I think the point where the two meets is very powerful.
Yeah. I mean, the world of the entity.
Finally, a
the-
decent
the
perk, yeah.
Upside down, and is very interesting because it's
Yeah.
2 takes on the alternate universe. That's a weird reflection. So yeah, it's very interesting to try
It
to
was,
mush those together.
Okay, I think that's all of it, though.
I think also that.
Yeah, that is. Alright, good analysis, guys. As I said, wanted to look through the perks, etc. Going to bookmark it. That's going to be for YouTube as well, for people who want to check that out. Basically, just the analysis of everything. So yeah, there you go. I'm just going to timestamp that. Alright, let's jump on to the game.